filled with your spirit and believe God for it. Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout right now. They are lazy. Let me tell you one of the greatest deceptions that is in our world today. Television, video streaming, these shows that we're watching. Because your show is 30 minutes, an hour, but in that 30 minutes to an hour, they're presenting something to you that has taken 5 months. Now, they may even show that on the screen 5 months later, 3 months later. Hey, how about those home improvement shows? I know one thing, Pastor Nora, she loved that stuff. They always fixing the house and this, that, and the other. The show is 30 minutes. But in 30 minutes, they capture what they have been doing for 6 months. They took this house from before to after. And sometimes if you are not really keyed in, you sit there and watch this show for 30 minutes, you get so inspired, you think you can get up and go to Bed Bath & Beyond and pick up a few towels and a picture, and your house is going to look like before and after. And it don't go like that. This is 6 months. And check this out. Before the 6 months, they got their money together. Before the 6 months, they got their credit. Before the 6 months, for the last 13 years, they've been working on a line of credit where they got a line of credit of $1 million. So when they go, they can spend $1 million. And you look at these house flip. They bought the house for $200,000. They put $100,000 in it, and they sold it for $600,000. So they had a $300,000 investment, and they sold it for $600,000. And they made $300,000. So, okay, that's what I'm doing now. I'm flipping houses. Well, they won't approve you for a $200 credit card. And some kind of way you take seed, time, and harvest. You just mush it all together. You know why God created time? So that everything doesn't happen at once. There's some things that's got to happen here. Some things that's got to happen here. Some things that's got to happen here for this to happen. And that's what we see in our story with Joseph. It is a spiritual story. It is a powerful story where God shows them for 7 years, we're going to have a great harvest. And then 7 years, there's going to be famine. So he's got a 14-year stretch. This is what we need to do, not today, but this is what we need to do for 14 years. We're going to do this for 7 years, and then we're going to do that for the next 7 years. And when are we going to get rich? We're going to get rich when this is executed, that is executed, this is executed. By the time the 14 years are done, we're going to come into prosperity, my God, because we have done 3 things. Planned, taken action, and number 3, managed. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Plan. What is your plan? I intend on offending you right now. This is my objective is to offend you. Why won't that girl marry you? Because you don't have a plan. You are handsome. You are handsome. You are saved and anointed. Why she won't marry you? Because your plan is weak. You got a weak plan. Any smart girl, if she's smart, she's not overcome with your whatever. You ain't got no plan. What is your plan? Somebody ought to call someone. You ought to wake somebody up so they can hear this. What is your plan? What is your plan? What is your plan with the car? What is your plan with a house, a residence, an apartment? What is your plan? Where we going to live? How we going to live? How we going to make money? What is your plan to fix this credit? What is your plan for us? When are we going to get married? What is the plan? I already got 2 kids. You got 2 kids. What is the plan? How does our family come together? What is the plan for the trip? What is the plan for the vacation? What is the plan for our love? What is the plan for our night of romance? What do you want to eat? You don't even know what you want to eat. You don't even know where to get what you want to eat. You don't even know how much it's going to cost for you. You don't have a plan. What is your plan? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. The number one principle that feeds into your prosperity, that happens intentionally, that happens on purpose, is you have a plan. You must have a plan. You must have a plan. Get a plan, buy a plan, borrow a plan, create a plan, talk to somebody that can help you plan, mimic somebody else's plan. I don't know, but you need a plan. Don't think that you just gonna wing it. You're gonna wing it. You're a free flower. You a rapper. You just gonna rap your life. You're gonna live your entire life. You just gonna go with the flow. You are opportunist. You just go with whatever presents itself. I mean, yeah, what kind of work you gonna do? I don't know. I'm just looking for a job. What is your plan? What is your plan? I want to be this. I want to be a construction man. You want to be a construction? Yeah, I want to have my own crew. I want to build. Okay, no problem. Let me give you a plan. Go and volunteer at the construction site. They over there. Ask them, are they hired? They not hiring? Well, tell them I'm a volunteer worker and show up to work every day. Well, how you go? I don't know. You figure out how you gonna survive these 3 months while you volunteering. Why? Until you learn something and make yourself valuable to this company. So I'll tell you, we're gonna get you on. We're going to hire. Why? Because you've been consistent. You've been faithful. You are teachable. You learn. And now we're going to train. Next thing you know, you're training, you're working, and you're learning this, you're learning that. You're helpful. You're coming early. You stand late. You're working hard. You begin to process and go up, 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 up. Next thing you know, you have real value. Let this process continue about 13 years. 13 years. Get some things under your resume. Get about 25 different projects under your resume on the set. Then you start your side business. In addition to working your regular job, until you learn some things and build some money and build some credit and build some clientele. And next thing you know it, you're going to leave the company. Thanks, Joe. And you're not going to burn the bridge. You're going to appreciate Joe. You're going to appreciate them and this, that, and ask for counsel and wisdom and any advice you want to get. And then you're going to go into your own situation and it'll grow. It'll start off small, but it'll grow and you work it. What is it? That is a plan. That's a plan. That's a plan. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get my degree and then I'm going to get employed in this area. I'm going to seek and find out this, that, and that. Well, what if the jobs are not in your city? Well, then I'm going to move to the city where the jobs are. That's the plan. What is the plan? That's the plan. In the meantime, you're going to need a place to stay. In the meantime, you're going to need food to eat. In the meantime, you're going to need transportation. In the meantime, you're going to need equipment to go to school. You need a computer. You need so what's the plan? You got to put together a plan. I'm telling you, people of God, I don't understand these people that get saved, speak in tongues, fall out, shout and dance, and think because now you have God in your life, you don't need a plan. You need a plan. Type it in. I need a plan. Matter of fact, type it in. Preach at somebody. Preach to them and tell them you need a plan. Tell your kids. Tell your grandkids. Tell your husband. Tell your wife. Tell everyone you know you need a plan. One of the best things I ever did as a child was play organized basketball, football. I played sports. We learned how to train. We learned how to condition. When we first joined the football team, they just made us run. Man, are we ever going to stop running? Are we ever going to stop squat thrusting? Are we ever going to stop doing push-ups and sit-ups and blocking drills and just running pass patterns? I mean, we just training and conditioning. But once we got conditioned, once we learned how to block and learn the proper way to tackle and learn the proper way to catch the ball and throw the ball and learn the proper way to go forth with our athleticism, then was introduced to us a play. Okay, now we're going to run a play. And there were certain people who were designated to block, There were other people who were designated to throw the ball or to catch the ball. There were people that had specific designations. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And the play worked if everyone did their part and executed. The play failed when somebody didn't block, when somebody didn't catch, when somebody didn't throw the ball right, when somebody forgot their part. But the point is, I learned in organized sports that there was a plan. We went out and we ran a play. The play is to run the ball to the right. The play is to run the ball to the left. The play is a pass over this way or over that way. The play is a trick play. We're going to make them think we're going this way, but we're really going that. There's a real play. We have a strategy. And sometimes the strategy is to run the ball to the left 15 times. And they think we're going to run the ball to the left again, but this time there's a reverse. We're going to trick them and we're going to run them to the right. Well, the whole reverse doesn't work until you run the ball to the left 15 times. You gotta run the play. You gotta keep doing. Why do they keep doing the same play? Because they're setting them up. Have you ever seen a boxing match? He's setting them up. Why does he keep throwing this jab? Because he's setting them up. He said it's a setup, it's a play. There's a strategy here. And I do not understand how Christians throw away the playbook. Forget the strategy. Huddle. There is no huddle. There is no talking. There is no training. There is no conditioning. There's just prayer. We're just going to pray. We're just going to believe God. No, we're not going to pay our bills. No, don't worry about your name. Don't worry about your credit. Don't worry about your savings. Don't worry about your investing. Don't worry about relationships. Don't worry about family. Don't worry about nothing. Let's just put it in God's hands. Hey, glory, hallelujah. We're just going to put it in God's hands. And you fail every time. Does God? Hey, the old song said God never fails. He don't. You do, because you don't have a plan. Number one, Joseph said, we're going to plan. Now, I'm going to, this is the guts. This is the guts to this. 7 years, we're going to have a whole lot. And then 7 years, we're not going to have much. So our plan, here's the plan. We must discipline ourselves to save. What? That's how God's going to bless us? Y'all, don't make me, I need to throw something at this camera right now. You mean God's going to bless us through discipline? So you see people driving a Rolls Royce and they're waving their hand, praising God, Lord, I thank you, you've been good to me. And all the Lord did was give them a plan. Discipline. You could drive it too. You could, whatever, you want a private plane, you could do that. Whatever it is. What do you want? It's just a discipline. I want to lose 10 pounds. It's just a discipline. I want to go to Hawaii. It's just a discipline. I want to buy a house. It's just a discipline. I want to pay off my debt. It's just that's all it is. It's nothing from heaven. Nothing from heaven. It's just a discipline. My plan is to be disciplined. God have mercy. My plan, I'm telling you, I go through this every day. I go through this every day with my own weight. I'm staying on it. And I can tell you, there's some days I exercise discipline and other days I don't. Some days I do all my exercises and I drink a lot of water and I don't eat the stuff that I shouldn't eat. And I watch the scale go in the direction that I wanted to go in. I watch my body come into formation. I watch it work. It actually works. And then there are those days where they bring in home donuts and there's pizza and there's pop and junk and juice and cookies and cake. And did I say apple pie and ice cream? Then there are those days. And I don't exercise discipline.
It's time for us to worship the Lord with our tithe. 10% of everything we receive belongs to God, and we are obedient to His word. Remember, giving is a form of worship. It's time for us to worship our Savior with our tithe and offering.
Remember, every seed brings forth a harvest. Begin your gifting today. Don't forget to check out our website at okcministries.org and submit your 1-minute GPS video. Let's work together to guide people to salvation. As mature believers, we minister from our location.
Hello, my name is Mother Yvonne Clark from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm very happy to share with you my testimony. Of course, the most important thing in my life is that God saved me. But there was a time in my life when I've had several miracles. One was when I had hemorrhaged in the middle of the night. I was in the hospital, and the Lord sent a message to my mother. And she woke up and called the hospital, my doctors and everything. They thought she was crazy. But when they came in to check on me, I was very close to death. And that saved my life. I've never forgotten it. I don't talk about it a lot, but I've never forgotten it. I've got several times when God has been a miracle worker for me. Thank you for allowing me to be your GPS navigator.